Hi guys, Coach Lucas from Jurassic CrossFit coming to you today talking about overhead squats and how to work on your overhead squats. So one of the first things that we're going to ask you is you have a broomstick or a PVC pipe, and then you'll be able to do all these drills at the gym or at the house. So to get warmed up for an overhead squat, we're going to start you with what's called some pass-throughs. Take your hands as wide as they can go on that PVC pipe with your elbows locked out. Bring the pipe up and over your head and back. Try to maintain a full grip on this pipe when you're doing that. And then after 10, try to walk your hands in slightly. Get 10 more to get those shoulders nice and warm. Another option is around the world, where you keep your arms locked out. You bring one arm up and over, and then up and over, and then go back around the world in the other direction, okay? That's just to warm my shoulders up, all right? When we're talking about warming up the rest of us, we're gonna drop into what I call the deep squat and go through my deep squat routine. This is great for when you're at home, you're working your mobility, and you want to improve your flexibility in the bottom of a squat. So squat down into this deep squat. Take your right shoulder, put it on your right knee. Take your left hand, press out 5 times, and on the 5th one, hold for 15 seconds, and do the same thing on the other side. Then you're gonna go into what I call the Buddha, okay? Put an elbow on each knee, hands down and out, again, 5 times, and on the 5th one, hold for 15. And then we're gonna do some sky reaches. Take your right hand, grab your left ankle, take your elbow down towards the floor, turn, reach, do 5, and then hold. Same on the other side, okay? So when you guys finish with your deep squat warm up, your good PVC pipe pass-throughs, then it's time to get into some actual work, okay? And you can see here, I set a box up to kind of check my depth, but we can also do something like stretch a band across the rig on some J-cups. If you're at home, you can take some tape, and across the doorway, you can tape like a piece of string, or you can tape like a little ribbon, just to give you some feedback on your depth. Because when you're doing overhead squats, it's gonna be important to make sure that you're squatting to depth. Otherwise, you're not practicing it the right way, okay? So when I start working on my overhead squats with PVC pipe, I like to just put the pipe on my back, okay? Feet, when we're talking about the distance of my feet, we want our feet just outside our hips, okay? About shoulder width, a little bit closer than shoulder width. Kind of play around with this. And also my toes here, I want toes facing slightly out, okay? So I'm just gonna put this on my back, squat down. My initial squatting motion, guys, is gonna be the same as everything else we do here. So bump that car door, send my butt back and down, keeping my chest upright, and then down to that box, okay? Stand back up, boom, you've got a simple back squat. We wanna make this into an overhead squat. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna squat down, we're gonna press this pipe overhead and stand, okay? A couple things when you hold this pipe overhead, you'll notice that I just did. It's called an externally rotated shoulder, and it's right here. This is a good externally rotated shoulder. An example of an internally rotated shoulder will be right here, and you can just see how not fun that looks, okay? It takes all the load off of the places it should be. So take those elbows, get a good external rotation to hold that pipe up and overhead, okay? So after I've done, let's say 5 to 10 of these sit, press, and stands, then I'm gonna go into a full overhead squat, okay? And for my overhead squat, externally rotated, belly nice and tight, butt back and down, squat till I just tap that box with my butt, and then stand back up so it looks here. Pipe up and overhead, externally rotated, pressing it. And another thing that helps me, guys, is to bend this pipe just a little bit, get a little flex in the pipe there. So externally rotated, flex in the pipe, tight belly, okay, butt back and down, squat down, kissing off that box, standing right back up, okay? A couple things you'll see, guys, when I'm doing this, see how this PVC pipe stays in line with what's called my frontal plane. It's right here, it goes through my heel, comes all the way up, and my PVC pipe is gonna stay right here. Make sure you don't go too far forward or too far backward when you're doing these overhead squats. Your goal is to keep this straight overhead, okay? And then once you've done 20 overhead squats with just this PVC, then I want you to step away from your tape, check your depth, squat down, give me a good overhead squat, and back up with nothing, okay? These are just some drills that you guys can do at home to work on your overhead squat. If you wanna work on a squat snatch, an overhead squat is key to getting to that good squat snatch too. So have fun working on these drills, guys. Thanks again for watching my videos, and I'll see you guys in the gym.